we have to do that day. We have studied about ionic compounds, ionic bonds. We studied this as there is a bond between ions. The bond between the ions. Ions means we have studied positive one, cation, anion, negative one, and there is a force of attraction between them that we call it as ionic bond. And the properties also we have studied. Ionic compounds are crystalline, solid, and etc. 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 And this is how what we are studying. When a metal gets reacted with the non-metal metals and non-metals. When metals and non-metals react, the only bond is ionic bond. Why we say this ionic bond? The formation of ions. Metals are electropositive, non-metals are electronegative. Chlorine just to make sure that sodium has electronic configuration 281. Chlorine is 287. You get the stable configuration. Sodium transfers its electron to the chlorine. Then sodium loses its electron, it becomes positively charged. Chlorine takes it, becomes negatively charged, and this is what is being called as ionic bond. Understood it? So this is how a metals and non-metals react. Now we know that it's not necessarily always metals and non-metals react. The non-metals itself they can react. Now, for example, we have, let's take it in the case of hydrogen. It has got 1 electron. Chlorine has got 7 electrons in the outermost orbit. So what we are studying as far as the bonding is concerned, the participating atoms must get the stable electronic configuration. And how these electronic configurations are obtained, what we are studying it, as far as the ionic bond is concerned, it is by the transfer of electrons. Therefore, in this chapter, we are going to study about the write down covalent bonds. Covalent, C-O-V-A-L-E-N-T, covalent bond. Covalent bond. Note down the force of attraction between the atoms of a molecule. The force of attraction between the atoms of a molecule if electrons are shared, S-H-A-R-E-D, shared to get the stable configuration. The force of attraction between the atoms of a molecule if electrons are shared to get the stable configuration. The electrons are shared. Now remember the bonding principle what we are studying. Every atom tries to get the nearest inert gas configuration. Every atom tries to get the nearest inert gas configuration. As far as ionic bond what we are studying, they get the configuration by losing and gaining of electrons. Suppose we have an element whose valence electrons are more than 4. When the valence electrons are more than 4, by losing the electron, it cannot get the stable configuration. So what they will be doing it. Now understand it this way. We have the chlorine molecule. The studying it is a diatomic molecule. Diatomic molecule means one chlorine molecule contains 2 atoms. Now remember, when a molecule is formed, whatever participating atom, it must have the stable configuration. Remember, that is a basic principle. Any molecule is formed, how many atoms are present? All these atoms must get the stable configuration. That is the only solution. Nothing else. Now, chlorine has its atomic number 17. Let's say one chlorine atom has got 7 valence electrons. As I told you earlier, remember, first 2 cells we leave it. We are concerned only about the uppermost cell. So the chlorine has got its electronic configuration is 287. So it is having 7 valence electrons. This is 2 is complete, this is 8 is complete. Nothing is going to happen to them. So we are concerned only about the electrons which are present on most of it. You can see 2, 4, 6, 7. If this chlorine atom transfers its electron to somebody, say for example, if the electron is transferred, do you think this chlorine gets a stable configuration? It should have 8 electron. So it will not. So there is no question of this electron is being transferred. And therefore, the second chlorine atom comes. This also has got 7 valence electron. Total. So what happens among these two chlorine atoms? Among the two chlorine atoms, this chlorine atom is sharing 1 electron on the next one, and the next chlorine atom shares 1 electron on the chlorine. So what has happened? One pair of electron is shared between both the chlorine atoms. Thereby, the chlorine atom gets the stable electronic configuration. Now you see this chlorine circle. It has got 8 electrons, 2, 4, 6, 8. And when the next one is also taken, it is also having 2, 4, 6, 8 electrons. So both are about same electronic configuration. Or in other words, what we can say, chlorine is sharing its 1 electron with this one. This is what is. Remember that I told you about ionic bond. Ionic bond we represented with Ru. Now this one what happens? Among both the chlorine atoms, this 1 pair of electron is shared. Now this is understood. When this 1 electron is shown, it is very clear that among them 1 pair of electron is shared. So you see, first chlorine atom 2, 4, 6, 8, 4, 6, 8. Every atom has got same electronic configuration, and that is how the chlorine molecule is formed. And when 1 pair of electron is shared, we call it a single covalent bond. So when 1 pair of electron is shared, it is on a single covalent bond. Clear? Remember, in ionic bond, and again we shouldn't make the mistake, because the question is going to be asked regarding the bonding. In ionic bond, the transfer of electron is taking place from one atom to the another one. When the electron is transferred, one which loses positively charged, the other gets a negatively charged, and among positive and negative, there is a force of attraction, and that is what is referred as ionic. Whereas, when two nonmetals are taken, none of the nonmetals have the tendency to lose electron. They have to get the stable electronic configuration. How do they get? They get the stable configuration by sharing their electrons with other atoms. So if one atom is sharing 1 electron, then the other atom also will have to share only 1 electron. So don't just think that one atom is taking one sharing 1 and the other is 2. That is not so. Equal number of electrons are shared between. And if 1 pair of electron is shared, we call that as single covalent bond. Understood it clearly? Write down. Covalent bonds, I think you are written it. It is a force of attraction between the atoms of a molecule. Force of attraction between the atoms of a molecule. If electrons are shared to get the stable configuration. If electrons are shared to get the stable configuration. As in the case of chlorine and hydrogen, one pair of electron is shared between them. Between hydrogen atoms, one pair of electron is shared. Between chlorine atom, one pair of electron is shared. Therefore, what do we say? Single covalent bond is formed. Single covalent bond is formed between hydrogen atoms in hydrogen molecule or between chlorine atoms in chlorine molecule. Now, say this one. Let's take the case of hydrogen. Hydrogen has got 1 electron, the outermost orbit. Now, to get the stable configuration of helium, hydrogen needs 1 more electron. So this hydrogen is sharing this 1 electron with this hydrogen, and since the hydrogen has shared this electron, so this hydrogen will be sharing the same electron. So we say H single bond H. This is what is a single bond. Now, remember, if by mistake you draw this arrow, then that is absolutely wrong. Remember that covalent bond is like this line segment. An ionic bond is shown by the arrow. And this is how covalent bond is formed in hydrogen. Now let's take the next case. Oxygen. You know the atomic number of oxygen is how much? 8. Electronic configuration 2,6. So oxygen is this way. 2,6 is the electronic configuration. So oxygen has got 6 electrons in the outermost orbit. The following 6 electrons. So the next oxygen also has got same number of electrons. So what is taking place? Among them is 2 pairs of electrons are shared. This oxygen is sharing 2 pairs of electrons with the next oxygen. That means the other oxygen also will have to share the same number of electrons. So it is sharing electron. Now each of these oxygens are going to get how many electrons are there? So therefore, what we say, oxygen, there is 2 line segment, and this is what is called double covalent bond. Understood? Single covalent bond, double covalent bond. Clear? Now, let's take the case of nitrogen as atomic number 70. So its electronic configuration is 2 pi. So nitrogen has got 5 electrons in the outermost orbit. This one is also having 5 electrons. So to get the stable configuration of neon, it needs 3 electrons. The sharing goes like this. And this sharing is also going in this method. So among nitrogen, there is triple covalent bond is formed. Here, this is what is known as covalent bond. So if one pair of electron is shared, there is a single covalent bond. 2 pairs are shared, double covalent bond, and 3 pairs, triple covalent bond. Remember, ionic bond is separate. We did not say that single ionic bond, double ionic bond. Ionic bond means how many electrons are present in the valence and that much is transferred. Understood it clearly? MgCl2. Mg is transferring 1 electron to 1 chlorine, the second electron to the next chlorine. MgO, it transfers its 2 electrons to 1 oxygen atom. So transfer, it is not said that 1 ionic bond, 2 ionic bonds. It is not said that. Only in covalent bonds we say it has got single covalent bond, double covalent bond, or triple covalent. Understood it clearly? Clear? Now let me ask, because we had studied in the previous class, first chapter, the potato chips are being flushed with nitrogen. Remember that? All these chips, to prevent rancidity, the food materials like chips and etc. must be packed in inert atmosphere of nitrogen. And there I think I told you why nitrogen is preferred. Now you can understand it. Hydrogen has got, it is having single bond, oxygen is having double bond, and nitrogen is having triple bond. Nitrogen is having triple bond. Now remember, one statement what I used long time back, if you remember it, molecules are stable, they do not react. Because the atoms will keep on reacting to get the molecule. The molecules are stable, right? Atoms are unstable. So nitrogen molecule is stable, it does not react at all. If nitrogen has to react, then the nitrogen molecule is to be split, decomposed into its nitrogen atoms. And remember, every molecule gets decomposed into its atoms by absorbing energy. Every atom, every molecule will absorb energy, then only it gets converted into nitrogen atoms. Now, remember, hydrogen is having only single covalent bond. That bond is to be broken. It needs little energy, so hydrogen's bond can be broken. It can get converted into nitrogen atoms. Sorry, hydrogen atoms. In the case of oxygen, oxygen has got 2 pairs of electrons, that means double covalent bond. The energy needed to break oxygen molecule is more than that of hydrogen. Let's say hydrogen is not, it is nitrous gas, it was, you have to prepare hydrogen. Chlorine, you take it. Among chlorine, oxygen and nitrogen, the most reactive is chlorine. Reason, the chlorine molecule get converted into chlorine atoms immediately by absorbing little bit of light or little bit of energy. The chlorine molecule gets converted into chlorine atoms. And what happens? Once chlorine atoms are formed and these atoms are reacted. Similarly, oxygen molecule requires energy to be converted into oxygen atoms. So that also will require energy. So energy required to convert oxygen atom to oxygen molecule to oxygen atom is more than that of chlorine. So we can say oxygen is less reactive than that of chlorine. Now taking about the hydrogen, nitrogen has a triple covalent bond. To break the bond in triple covalent bond, the energy needed is much more. So that is why nitrogen remain inert or inactive. You know that our body needs protein which require nitrogen. We are breathing in air and we are breathing out nitrogen. Your body cannot absorb nitrogen that is absorbed, that is taken in, because nitrogen remain in the form of molecule. If nitrogen molecule is to be converted into nitrogen atoms, then the nitrogen would have been reacted. So single covalent bond requires less energy, means it is some energy is needed. Double covalent bond requires more energy than that of single covalent bond. And triple covalent bond requires much more energy, and that is why atmosphere contains around 76% of nitrogen. Plants, animals, everybody needs nitrogen, but nobody gets nitrogen in the form of atom. What we are taking is nitrogen gas. It cannot be broken down to nitrogen atoms. If nitrogen molecule can be broken down to nitrogen atom, then there would not have been any problem. But we are breathing in nitrogen molecule, we are breathing out nitrogen molecule. So it cannot be broken down to nitrogen atoms by normal means. You know, during thunder and lightning time, millions of voltage, at that time the nitrogens are being converted to nitrogen. You will be studying that nitrogen cycle. Understood it clearly? So this is about covalent bond. The force of attraction between the atoms of a molecule if electrons are shared to get the stable configuration. And that is for covalent bond, COVALA. One pair of electrons is shared, single covalent bond. Two pairs of electrons are shared. Now there is a question which can be asked: how many covalent bonds are there in nitrogen molecule? So the answer is one triple covalent bond. You don't say that three single covalent bond. Between two atoms, three pairs of electrons are shared. That means it is triple covalent bond. Understood it clearly? Next, round. Covalent bonds are classified into two. Covalent bonds are classified into two. Bonds are classified into two. Non-polar and polar. Classified into two. Non-polar and polar, POLA. Non-polar and polar. Now, around non-polar, there is a covalent bond formed between non-polar, no down. It is a covalent bond formed between atoms of same element. Covalent bond formed between atoms of same element is non-polar. Now let's understand once again. Let's take the formation of chlorine. That's what we are doing. Chlorine's nucleus, you know that it contains 17 protons. This is a chlorine's nucleus. So the valence orbit has got 7 electrons. The next chlorine's nucleus also contains the same number. So its valence shell is also having 7 electrons. The sharing takes place. This is the sharing which happens in this. And among chlorine, there is single covalent bond formed. Now listen. Now what is the most important? Have you understood it? Okay, now listen. This chlorine atom, its nucleus has got 17 positive charge. It attracts the electron of the second chlorine atom. and the second chlorine atom attracts the electron of the first chlorine atom. This electron is of this chlorine. So that is all the force of attraction here. So the nucleus of the first chlorine atom needs to attract the electron of the second chlorine atom. Similarly, the nucleus of the second chlorine atom needs to attract the electron of the first chlorine atom. So what do you think? The force of attraction among them is equal. Isn't it? Nobody is exerting larger force of attraction. The force of attraction exerted by each of the nucleus of the shared pair of electron is equal. This nucleus attracts this pair of electron, and this nucleus attracts the pair of electron. The force of attraction exerted is equal. So what has happened? The shared pair of electron will remain then and there. Nobody is exerting larger force. Nobody is exerting lesser force. The force of attraction exerted is equal. So therefore they remain there. And such type of bond where the sharing is equal. Sharing is equal is known as polar covalent bond. Understood it clearly? When same element, say atoms of the same element is taken, atoms of the same element are taken, then what happens? The nucleus exerts equal force of attraction to the shared pair of electrons. The force of attraction is equal. The electron will be then and there placed. It will not be shifted anywhere here and there. And such type of sharing, where the sharing is equal, and such type of covalent bond is known as non-polar covalent bond. Understood it clearly? The non-polar covalent bond is the force of attraction between atoms of the same element. Now, when the same element, nuclear force is the same. When the nuclear force is the same, force of attraction exerted will be one and the same. Understood it clearly?